Hello and welcome to the DJ Force 10 in Conversation podcast, episode 165. My very special guests on today's show are James and Simon from the band Bleed Again. They are about to release, as of actually the release of this podcast, the same day they're releasing their brand new single. It's called Survive, but go check it out. It's a fantastic slab of metalcore, very well produced, very well written, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, they've actually got a whole bunch of stuff out as well from a few years ago. They got an album out in 2017. They had an EP out last year, and I first heard of these guys through Seething Akira, who have been on this show a couple of times. And as it turned out, Simon, who I speak to in this, is also in Seething Akira. Didn't know that until you'll see it. It dawns on me during the, or it actually gets told to me during the interview. So, you know, you learn something new every day on that front. I should have made the correlation because I have seen Seething Akira live now, and I should have seen it, but I didn't. For some reason, it just totally blindsided me on that front. But it's all good. Apart from that, it's been a fantastic week for podcasts on my front. We had Joe Bouchard, founding member of Blue Oyster Cult, on my show on Monday, and that was a fantastic chat. I love that. Static X on the Wednesday, which again, fantastic. Thank you to Tony Campos with that one. And then today we've got Bleed Again, and it was a great chat as well. Really enjoyed it, and love listening to this band. And like I said in the interview, I'm going to give them lots of airplay and stuff like that. So tune into my radio show on Total Rock and themix.fm this weekend or next weekend. It's my friends in the US. It goes out on Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern time on themix.fm, and then my people in the UK, actually worldwide with this one, Total Rock, you can listen to that on the TuneIn radio app or via the website totalrock.com, but that goes out at 6 p.m. UK time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern time at the moment. So do check that out. It's a mix show, but I'll try and mix in some solid metal in there as well. But yeah, apart from that, I've just literally in the past day had a fantastic chat for a future podcast with Carl Middleton of Earth Tone 9. They are this year celebrating the 20th anniversary of their album Arctangent, which is getting a special vinyl release. First time I've turned on, I've been on vinyl, and you can pre-order that right now through go to their website or go to their Facebook page and follow the pre-order links. It's 30 quid, but it's a double vinyl set, brand new artwork. They've got the Omega EP on the end of it as well, which was EP released a couple of years after that. But it is, if you haven't heard it and you're not sure, go onto the streaming sites, go to wherever you get your music from, and stream that album. It's called Arctangent, and I can't believe it's 20 years old. The production on it's great. It doesn't sound like it's aged at all. Obviously it has for me because it's 20 years ago and it feels like not 20 years ago, but a lot of albums seem to be hitting that mark at the moment, so I'm hoping to get a few of those bands in and talk about that time, because I was very active on the promotion side of things. I was a active member of a lot of street teams and stuff at that point when they were kind of a thing. I'm not even sure if they're a thing anymore, obviously not right now, but in general, this was kind of like more than just flyering about a band. It was like handing out promo CDs, cassette tapes, all that kind of stuff, stickers, talking about the bands to people, and spreading the word. It was like pre-mass internet marketing, really. It was very organic, very guerrilla, but I was part of many of them at that point because I had a love for music, and it was before I kind of entered into the music industry as a sort of player as well as performer. Player sounds really shocking, but as a performer with bands and stuff, it was sort of my thing, because I had a fanzine that I used to write for. It was actually my own fanzine back then. I used to interview bands, review records and stuff like that, so I got into sort of street teaming and promotion that way, which kind of continues with this podcast, to be honest with you. And without much further ado, I am going to leave you with myself, Simon and James in conversation. Enjoy. I would like to welcome to my show this week, I have Simon and James from the band Bleed Again. Welcome, guys.
Hello. Hey, how you doing? All right?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks. Yourself?
Good.
Yeah, good, thank you. Good. Yeah, just actually, it's a day off today, so it's just chilling out, which is kind of nice.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
I'd say that it's quite nice to have a day off after the lockdown, which is really weird because I wasn't working during that. So, yeah,
yeah, that's quite weird actually. Yeah, same.
Cool. So, yeah, we're here today. You guys have got a new single out on Friday called "Survive." But before we get to that, what I would like to do is get a bit of your origin story, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool.
Because I have heard of you guys quite a few times in the past. The guys from Seething Akira, in fact.
Simon's actually in Seething Akira.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you are, aren't you? Oh, for fuck's sake! All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's me. I just totally blasted over you there. Sorry, man. Yeah. See, it would help if I looked at the video as well, and actually did some research, I guess. But anyway, you guys put me onto you guys back a few years ago, and then I think we did try and hook up an interview at that point, but I can't remember what happened.
I'm not sure about
I
that.
guess timing didn't work or whatever. But now this time around, you've just released this new single. But yeah, anyway, we're here now. If we could go for the, like I say, the origin story, because give the listeners a chance to sort of find out exactly who you are.
Yeah, me and Simon, we actually went to college together. We met when we were about, 14, 15, something like that.
Cool.
And yeah, we sort of just found that we liked the same music and what have you. And I want to say we were about 17 or 18, and Simon sent me over a riff for a song called Save Me, which I'm hoping doesn't exist anywhere.
Don't look it up.
He sent it over via MSN Messenger. That's how long we're talking.
Old school.
And I wrote some lyrics and recorded my vocals with a video camera, and just took away the video and kept the audio as an MP3 and matched it up and sent it back.
Nice.
And and then we got some more people involved and found a drummer and a bass player, and yeah, we didn't play a gig till it was 2007, I think. There was an old band name, but that's where we come from.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we have several lineup changes, a name change, didn't we? And then
the name change is quite funny. We all made a list together and whittled it down to a couple that we liked. And the reason that we picked Bleed Again was because no one else had it on MySpace.
That was our go-to checking tool.
Yeah, it was like MySpace. Has anyone got it? Oh no, yeah. Three other bands have already got that one. I have to move on.
Yeah, they'd have to be like Bleed UK, Bleed Again UK, or whatever, you know.
Yeah. I think that's actually what our Facebook is.
Oh really?
I think to this day, I think we are the only Bleed Again.
Yeah, I have looked a couple of times. I've never seen another band called Bleed Again.
No, I checked as well. Well, when I went to search for your sort of like previous releases, because I got the EP last year, which I found out.
Oh, cool.
Transition. And you had an album out in 2017 as well, which I don't think I was aware of, but I went back and listened to that, and yeah. That's sort of like how far back I go with you guys on that front. But it was, I just wanted to make sure I was getting the right band. So,
sorry.
No, it's all right, go on.
It took us a while to get to that point. We sort of, so we had like a really old lineup, well, say old now, but like completely different lineup with a different band name. We started gigging, just doing it for fun, and then it wasn't until I think it was like 2015. We supported Darkest Hour in Brighton, and it was just a bit of a step up, the size of the show, the size of the venue, and crowd and stuff, and it was like just tempting to want to try and push. And then that's when we started touring.
Yeah,
and we were Bleed Again by that point. And that's when we started touring in 2015.
Cool.
Released 2 EPs. 3 EPs?
Yeah.
Was it 3 EPs? Oh my god. No, yeah, it's 3 EPs. We released 3 EPs, yeah.
Checking our own.
I was going to say, you're checking your own stuff.
I'm just not sure if the first one was under Bleed Again or not.
Oh, okay.
No, it was. Yeah, we released 3 EPs before we released Momentum in 2017, our first album, yeah.
And were these released off your own back so far, or did you have label support?
So we had label support for Momentum. We were with Slip Trick at the time, pushing that one. Okay. But all the other ones have been...
They're all self-released.
Self-released, yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed that when I got the press release sent to me, that it was self-released, but like, which we'll get onto in the new single in a moment, but the quality of the self-release, I was kind of like, it's very good.
Yeah, well, our old drummer, Russell, who's played on everything up until this single, he left us last June 2019. But he has his own studio called Soundbite Studio.
Okay.
So we were very fortunate that he constantly had a drum kit set up in there, and he's been recording and mixing and mastering bands for many years, including us. So as he got more experience, our records tended to get better. So we're always very fortunate for that.
No, that's cool. That's cool. And like with this new single as well, you worked with Justin Hill from X6. How was that for you guys?
It's been amazing. Like the proof is in the pudding. You hear the track and you go, "Wow!" Like we spent lockdown recording this ourselves, so we've each done our own part and done the editing at home, and then sent it to him for mixing and mastering. But yeah, from what I got the track to what the finished product is amazing. Like, yeah, he's brought it to life. It just sounds really good. We would have loved to have gone and done the full recording with him, but given the circumstances, it wasn't possible. But for what we've given him and what he's done with it was top quality.
No, that's amazing. I was going to ask, was it recorded like during? Obviously, you've told me now. It's recorded during lockdown, but you had to record each of your parts yourself. So,
I went and bought myself an interface and a microphone, set myself up in a spare bedroom at home to do my vocals. Yeah,
I was going to say you didn't find a camcorder or anything.
No, not camcorder this time. No. And Sam, our bass player, who does the clean singing on this song, he already had an interface and mic, everything set up at home. We just tweaked a few things between me, Simon, and Sam, really. And how many mixes did you have? Did he hit 50?
Over 50 mixes, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in terms of a mix, it's basically me tweaking something or editing something and then going to listen to it in the car. That's what's classed as a mix.
Okay.
And there's these 60 of them.
Wow. So you listen to it at least 60 times in the car?
Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times I've heard the song. So I found it quite interesting because we have always been in the studio with, as I said, with our old drummer Russ.
Yeah.
And we wanted to test ourselves to see if we could record something good enough at home, because I do see a lot of bands doing it these days, because obviously being in a band is still very expensive, and if you can get a good quality end product and record it at home rather than going to a studio, that can be beneficial financially. But there's something about going into an actual studio and recording stuff that will never die.
Yeah.
Obviously, during this lockdown situation, we didn't have that opportunity at all. So we wanted to see how we could push ourselves at home, sending things separately and sending stems, and obviously, Justin got the track and put his magic on it. Yeah, no,
it's incredible. Like the quality, production quality wise, and songwriting as well, guys. I'm not just harping on about the production, but it's that's quite astounding as well, because I'd like just to sort of like align with you on the sort of hearing the same song over and over again. When I was back in a band in late or mid 2000s, we were self-produced for everything that we did. So it was literally going somewhere else and listening to the songs, or taking the CD with you and putting it on in the car, putting it on and just listening to the same things over and over. And by the time that album came out, we were sick of it.
It's exactly what we do. Exactly what we do.
It's that difficulty of like building the enthusiasm with it, isn't it? So
if we play this song live and make any mistake, I'll just be in shock. I'm pretty sure I could do it in my sleep. So
that's good. That's good. It's well practiced then. So as soon as you get live shows out of this, you'll be good. Or at least on that one song, anyway. So, so what did you record any other tracks during this, or was it just the one thing? Was it just more of an experiment to see what you could do during the lockdown, or are there more tracks coming?
But there's more tracks coming. So we are working towards an album.
Okay.
That Justin will be doing as well for us.
How far are you into that process?
So we've got 10 tracks for that.
Yeah, I think we've got a 10 maybe an 11 track album. And I think we're about a third of the way through it, roughly.
Okay.
I'd say 4.
Yeah, maybe a smidge bit more, but...
Well, actually, no. If we go in plus 60 mixes for each song.
Yeah.
We're about 1% of the way.
We've been recording, sort of sending each other demo ideas back and forward for months now, and we've sort of picked our 10 songs, and we're in the process of recording all the parts and stuff for them at the moment.
Awesome. And what's your sort of like, because I think it's obviously a weird time, but what's your sort of like road to that album look like at the moment? Obviously you've released this single called Survive, and you know, are you doing like a sort of like a quarterly release, if you will, or was this just sort of you just wanted to get something out there to kind of test the waters?
Yeah, it was definitely a test the water thing. This is another new lineup for this band. The lineup of this band has been together now since June last year.
Okay.
And bringing Sam into the band, he, as I said, he plays bass and does the clean singing on this song. I don't want to say this because he's already got a big head, but he's quite a talented guy. He's got a great voice.
Don't say that.
Good, great songwriting ability and stuff. And working with him on this is making a difference, having an input to the band that we haven't had before, really, because it's mainly always been me and Simon. Okay. And I'm no musician at all. I just, I do my shouty stuff, and I have an ear for things, but I couldn't put anything down or show you how I think it should be played. So having Sam in the band is really helpful for that.
So although Sam was on transition performing,
they weren't his songs.
No,
they
his songs were already done by the time he jumped in. So he's heavily involved now with the writing process.
That's excellent.
Cool.
Well, how did just sort of take you back to the transition EP actually? How did that do for you guys? Because obviously when you release stuff, there's always like, on the press side of things, you get ups and downs on that front. But how did that, did that obviously launch the band into kind of the next level where you wanted to be? Because I know you had an album out before that, and the first album, especially for a small band, is always a tricky one.
To be honest, to be brutally honest, it didn't really do wonders for us. Again, if I'm being honest, the point in putting that out was we knew that our old bass player was going to be leaving.
Okay.
We were in the process of writing a new album, and we had these 4 songs, and we knew our bass player would be leaving. We knew our drummer was going to be leaving a few months later. So we just wanted to put the 4 songs that we had out, and we set a strict budget, did a small physical run, put it online ourselves. We couldn't even afford PR, so we just did what we could with friends that we know and had a few reviews come in and stuff like that. But pretty much why it's called Transition, because it was a massive transitional period for the band. But yeah, since then we're now with these 5 people. We've kind of decided to really push it and really try and step it up.
Yeah. Cool. What was that? Sorry, hang on. I'm just looking at my notes and I've totally lost where I was. Doesn't matter. So, where do you guys sort of see yourselves after this lockdown? Have you got anything planned or anything, or is it are you just sort of like seeing, or just waiting to see what happens? Because most of the stuff, I guess, is going to be 2021 now, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. But...
Yeah.
So, the next weekend we've got a live performance that we're having recorded. We're going down to Southampton to the 185 Club? 1865 Club
in Southampton.
Okay.
Doing
a live gig, basically, that will be recorded, that we'll be putting out.
Yeah, that's for... I think they're trying to raise some funds and awareness for local venues and stuff. That basically getting some bands in a couple of times a month to do a full live set with multiple camera angles and desk audio and everything, and we've been asked to go down there and do that, and the venue's big enough that everyone can socially distance themselves, and so we actually get to play some live music, but there's going to be no one there, so it's going to be very strange, but it's going to be nice.
Sounds like a typical gig for me, so it's like...
Yeah, we take plenty, don't worry.
Yeah.
I've played plenty of social distance gigs, it's great.
At the minute, I think we've technically still got 2 gigs booked this year at the minute that haven't been cancelled. We're playing Heaven and Hell Fest in Rotherham, I believe.
Yeah. In
October during Halloween, and we're also doing what's it called? Crush Cancer in Brighton.
Okay.
Which is just set up to make some money to try and combat that horrible Big C.
Yes.
But yeah, they haven't been cancelled yet, and I think both venues can be used with a socially distant crowd. So it depends on the organisers and stuff, and obviously funding.
Yeah.
But at the minute, they haven't been cancelled. So
okay, cool. On to, like you mentioned earlier, Simon, you're in Seething Akira as well. How are you? It's probably a silly question, but how do you balance the two things, like the two bands?
Let's say I'm just very busy when I'm not at work.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard, but you know, I love doing music.
Yeah.
So it's every second I'm not in my day job, I'm doing, I'm doing band stuff. It's tough, but it's a good tough.
Yes, yeah. I mean, if you're doing something you're passionate about, then it doesn't matter, really, does it? I just find it like interesting when I see like musicians that are able to sort of like juggle 2-3 bands at the same time.
There is a third band.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. So there's also a folk rock band called Bad Billy.
Okay.
I do guitar in as well. So yeah.
And
so basically my calendar is Monday night band, Tuesday night band, Wednesday night band, Thursday night band, Friday night gig, Saturday night gig,
Sunday die.
Sunday
Sunday driving home from gig.
Sunday's guitar lesson, and then repeat.
I can't see how you're standing up or sitting down awake right now, but there you go. No, that's awesome. Well, like I said, I'm going to give your track a couple of spins on my radio show. Also, once the clubs reopen, because I DJ nightclubs, rock clubs specifically, it's actually made it onto my my play out playlist, if you will.
Oh, wicked.
Just because it's got some real sort of big chunky riffs in there, and it's for a club atmosphere. It's got that danceability as well.
Yeah, we like that. We do actually try to bring a kind of a little bit of a party style like element to our live shows. At least it doesn't always sound like it on a record, but obviously you've just said you think it's got a little bit of that in there. But when we play live, we do just like to have fun with people and have a bit of a party. So
that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely hear it in the music. So, like I said, it's gonna get on there, and I DJ in Surrey, so I'm not too far away from you guys.
That come up to?
It's Guildford and Woking are the two places.
Okay,
but we've got normally when shit isn't happening, there's like 3 rock nights that I do. On those, cool. They're all in nightclubs. One's in a back room of a pub, but it's a venue. So it sounds grotty, cool. But it's a venue, so it's kind of nice.
Oh no, that's love that.
But yeah, no, I'll definitely be playing you guys on there and everything. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to hearing.
Simon only drinks squash anyway, so he can drive the whole band up.
Oh, brilliant! Lime cordial for you, sir.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of questions left for you guys, and I'll let you can get on with the rest of your evening if that's all right.
Yeah.
So what I want to find out from you, this is for you individually, are your 3 top albums that inspired you to become musicians. So the one that made you want to pick up a guitar, the one that made you want to sing, anything like that, any of those sort of like pivotal moments in those albums.
Okay, so album number 1 for me is probably 36 Crazy Fists, A Snow-Capped Romance.
Nice.
Yeah, I can listen to that time and time and time again and not get bored. I just love it every time I listen to it. And yeah, first time I heard it, it blew me away, and yeah, it just inspired me. There was nothing specific that inspired me, but just the whole thing.
Nice.
Just it being a masterpiece.
Yeah. Excellent.
You do an album now?
My album? Okay. It's going to be a classic. It's going to be Hybrid Theory, I think, is number 1 for me, Linkin Park.
Okay, cool, yep.
I remember being at a friend's house, and I think he had a copy of Kerrang! Magazine that had a VHS with it, and it had the One Step Closer video, and I saw that, and I was just like, wow, who is this band, and who is that guy? And I fell in love with that band, and I fell in love with Chester Bennington, and he's probably my main inspiration for doing what I do, even though I sound nothing like him. I could never sound anything like him. He was the one that inspired me to sort of put thoughts in my head down on paper and try and convey that in a song.
Cool.
And yeah, I can listen to that album over and over and over and never get bored of it, and I never will.
Excellent.
I think my inspiration for actually picking up the guitar is going to be your bog standard James Hetfield Metallica Metal Guitarist 101 answer there.
Which particular album?
I hate to say it, but it was the Black Album that I first listened to.
Yep.
And was like, wow, and then it just delved in from there, you know?
Nice.
I think my favourite Metallica album is Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
I think I'm going to go for a little bit of a curveball. I don't know. Yeah, solid. Probably Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Nice.
I still am a huge Michael Jackson fan. Obviously, he's got his controversy and stuff. A weird one because it's hard not to enjoy his music with all the controversy surrounding him. But
yeah,
that's where you get your dance moves from.
Yeah, no, he fully inspired me to want to be on stage and put on a show in front of people, I think.
Okay.
I had old videotapes of him, and I actually had a vinyl of Thriller, and yeah, I played that to death. And yeah, I adored that album, and that really did inspire me to sort of, I don't know, try and be a showman of sorts.
Nice.
The way to look at it.
So yeah, I didn't know that inspired you that much. So I've learned something today.
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
did. I even had a green sparkly hat. Yeah,
have the glove?
Now I had a green sparkly hat, and that section of that Jackson 5 concert when he came out and did the moonwalk for the first time and threw his hat off, I used to try and mimic that for hours when I was about 6 or 7. The green sparkly hat.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I do love Michael Jackson's music.
That might be an Easter egg in the video for Survive.
Yeah,
Friday, you just have to watch it and have a look. You know,
that's not happening. Your turn then. Number 3.
Number 3.
Mine.
I'd say Trivium Ascendancy.
Cool.
Like, that came out
Yeah.
when I was, I think, just getting into gigging, properly getting into guitar practice, and then that album dropped and again blew me away. And
we saw them play, didn't we?
Yeah.
We saw them tour that album at Concord 2 in Brighton. We were 18. Matt Heffy was 18, and he was headlining the Concord 2, and we were buying tickets.
Yeah,
Nice.
That was just that was the April before they that whole download set thing happened.
Ah, yeah.
2005.
main stage. We were there for that.
Yeah, we were there for that as well.
Yeah, that just blew me away. And again, it's another album I just don't get bored of.
Nice.
So.
Cool.
I'm probably going to say The Rise of Brutality by Hatebreed.
Nice.
I hit the Linkin Park thing when I was, blimey, how old was I? 14. And I think Rise of Brutality came out about a year later. I could be wrong, but I seem to remember sort of going from, I listened to a lot of rap music and then heard Hybrid Theory and loved that. And I went from that to Hatebreed in about a year. I adored the raw aggression on Jamie Jaster's vocal.
Mm.
He's inspired me a lot, actually, with my vocal style. I don't know if it really comes through, but it was his aggressive vocal, but with quite positive lyrical content.
Yeah.
That I really liked, because the songs, if you played them to someone who didn't like metal music at all, then they'd just be, it's a noise and it's angry, and what's he so angry about? And you actually listen to the words, and most of the time it's really, really positive.
Yeah.
Like positive, like reinforcement, and you can do this and you can do that, and sort of, yeah. And I love that album. It's probably got one of my favourite songs of all time on that album. I think I've seen them 5 times. I've never played it. It's really annoying. Yeah, Rise of Brutality by Hatebreed, I'll go with.
Awesome. Well, those are all great choices. Yeah, I haven't heard that 36 Crazy Fists album in the longest time. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to
listen to that as well, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to that. Obviously, Linkin Park. I was the sort of like generation beforehand, the sort of early new metal side of things, and just like talking to people now and how much that inspired them is absolutely crazy. Because
I never thought I'd be so upset about what you could just, you could call a celebrity passing away. We were actually on tour in the Isle of Wight, and Sam, who's now in the band, he was filling in for our old bass player at the time, and we were sitting in our van outside the venue after sound check, and we heard the news, and it ruined that whole day and put a massive damper on the whole weekend. Like, me and Sam are both massive fans of Linkin Park and Chester Danes, and it was just so horrible.
Yeah. No, definitely. It was, like I said, I was like of that sort of slight generation beforehand, like, and just sort of when they first came out, it was like the rule of cool. I was bearing in mind I was like 21, so it was kind of rule of cool not to like them.
Yeah.
But over the years, I've sort of very much gravitated towards them, like some DJing clubs and stuff. They're the ones that everyone sings along to. And just like speaking to guys like you who are just a fraction younger than I am, but like knowing that has kind of been the gateway to a lot of quality music that's come out as well. So I mean, Hybrid Theory is a great album. I was a DJ in a metal band, so any band with a DJ in it was instantly in my cool book. So them obviously, you got Limp Bizkit and Deftones and all the other lots that are out there as well. But Metallica's pretty standard, like you said. I mean, I love Metallica. Every album is.
Neither of us mentioned Killswitch.
No, we didn't, did we?
Oh,
that's bad.
That's all right.
My son's called Jesse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm a massive Killswitch fan, but I thought I'd put some Michael Jackson in there for a change.
Yeah. How much did you love the fact they had both vocalists on that last album, on that track?
Oh, yeah. Oh my god! Oh my god!
That absolutely.
When they put the teaser video out for it, and it got to the end of the teaser was the start of the second verse when the camera just goes to the back of Howard's head, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
This is going to be amazing, and it was amazing.
It was one of those moments. It weirdly gave me goosebumps when I first saw it. It was one of those. It doesn't happen too often with music.
No, I completely got that as well. I mean, they had to sort some differences out and stuff. Those two, didn't they? The last few years, which is really cool. But they've managed to come together and do that. And now, whenever they're playing festivals together, or I think they were planning on doing a tour with Light the Torch, were going to be opening, weren't they, in America? So you would have had that Signal Fire song every night with them two.
It was one of those great moments. I don't know if it's gone kind of missed by a lot of people. I don't know. It just felt like it wasn't. I mean, it was picked up a little bit at the time. I don't know if it's because people are kind of very short attention spans and whatnot. But I thought that was a massive moment in metal, at least recent metal anyway.
I completely agree. I mean, we were at Download in 2012 when I want to go as far as saying it might have been Jesse's first show back. In the band, Download second stage 2012, and I've always been a bit more of a Jesse fan than a Howard fan anyway.
Yeah.
That's purely because of lyrical content, and I like the way that Jesse writes his verse lyrics, like the structure of them. But obviously the Howard stuff, you've got all the massive choruses.
Yeah.
So that was a big moment, I think.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure it'll be revisited on a live scale, like you said, once they're on the same bills together, especially at festivals. It's going to absolutely blow the roof off of. Well, there's no roofs on festivals.
Yeah,
it's going to blow something away. Oh, do you remember festival? No, I'm kidding.
I'm dying.
So finally, I just got one more thing for you guys. So what are your? It's probably Simon's already probably gone over most of this, what he does anyway. But what are your hobbies away from music? So when you're not doing every day, every week, doing music, is there anything else that you guys do to kind of get away from it, or any other sort of hobbies or passions that you have?
Well, I have to go to work and I have to sleep. I think that's it, really.
Sleep's a good one. I like sleep. That's a good one.
Well, yeah, I just don't get the time. I've got a classic Mini that's been off the road for, I dread to think, more than 10 years.
Yeah.
Off the road 10 years, and it's sitting at Mum and Dad's, and every time I go around, I look at it and go, need to sort that out. And then I just don't get the time.
It's like you've just had 3 months of.
I know, but
you've been working.
3 months. I've still been working, and then plus the 60 Survive mixes I've done.
Yeah.
And I say I listen in the car. That involves going out to the car and driving around and listening to it.
I was going to say, it's not going all the way to the Mini, is it? Or cranking that up.
That battery's not going to work after 10 years, so I can't use that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, I would definitely crack on with that if I didn't have anything else to do. Okay,
cool. And James?
I've actually just registered a photography business.
As
a second job. So I'm trying to give myself as much to do as possible. I'm quite a keen photographer and videographer. I I've been my wife teaches pole fitness.
Okay.
So I've been doing like a lot of photo shoots with them. There's a lot of all the women sort of their ages vary and their sizes vary, and they, you know, a lot of them use it to get really fit and stuff, and it's like a really positive kind of supportive world. That so
yeah,
I've
got
been doing
friends who
quite
do
a lot
that.
of the pole shoots and stuff is really cool.
Nice.
I always take pictures of bands when we're out on tour, but obviously that hasn't been happening. But I actually registered a business during lockdown, so hopefully when all of this sort of gets a bit better, I can head out and, you know, do some weddings and stuff like that. And I'd like to be a bit more self-sufficient with my own business than doing a normal job.
Yeah,
that's my main passion. That and football.
Football, nice.
Yeah.
Who's your team?
West Ham.
West Ham. Cool. You
West
managed
Ham
to stay
fan,
up this year. It's all good.
Just about. Yeah.
Yeah, my boss is a big West Ham fan, so.
Yeah, we're awful. It's fine. Absolutely awful.
No,
I follow football. I don't play much anymore. I haven't got the time, but follow football, do photography.
Cool. Excellent. Well, guys, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck with the single. And all that, and all the future sort of stuff with that. But I'm hoping at some point I'll be getting down to the sort of South Coast, and, you know, I'm trying to go to as many gigs as possible. I think is going to be my thing next year, but not like the big, huge gigs. I want to go to the small gigs because that's what I've missed the most. You know, I can, you know, I think actually the last gig I went to was seeing Akira, to be honest with you, as well, at the Bar 42. Is it Bar 42 in Worthing?
Yeah.
It was someone's birthday party or something. It was you and Killer Tricks and...
Oh, that was John. That was actually Bleed Again's old bass player's birthday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's a small world.
It's weird, isn't it? That's why I'm like, I'm kicking myself a little bit.
Together.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I was down for that.
We really should tour together.
Yes.
Just think, Simon, you can drive the band all day and all night and play 2 sets a night.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
I'll be up for that.
Got to get enough Red Bull.
But yeah, like as soon as gigs and stuff are back, then, you know, we'll be in the van, jumping in the van, driving wherever. So
cool.
Staying in contact, and hopefully we can meet at a show or something.
Yeah,
or
definitely.
We'll come up to one of your rock nights.
Yeah, definitely. You guys have a good rest, like I say, good rest of the day, and good luck with everything.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Speak to you soon.
See you later. Bye bye.
See you later. Bye.